Hey, I'm Brian Conley, the president of Hunters HD Gold, and this is what I do every weekend. I travel to events throughout the United States to educate people about lenses and how Hunters HD Gold is the best shooting lens, in my opinion, in the market today. So we basically go around, we've got different frames that we use, of course, but all of our lenses are made of Trivex. You've heard of polycarbonate, you've heard of plastic. Well, Trivex came out in late 2002 in the optical industry as a superior product based on the reason it's lighter and stronger than plastic or polycarbonate. But the biggest difference is it allows 43% more light to pass through the lens than polycarbonate itself. So we're bringing a lot of light to the eyes. Now with that came a lot of responsibility to protect your eyes. So Trivex itself has a UV barrier that's built into the lens, but also we have a UV coating that's on the lens. We have a photochromic that is based in the lens. For an example, you know, they change so you don't have to. Everybody asks, but what that means is you don't have to change your lenses throughout the day. So they go from a light golden color from cloudy days to low light situations or even shooting indoors. And when you go outside, they get darker to a dark golden brown. So the lenses constantly change throughout the day to control the light, so your light stays consistent throughout the day. But with other things we do to the lens with the AR coating and a hard coat that we put on there, they have a great scratch resistance on there as well. But guess what? If you're ever in a situation where you're at a steel challenge match or the USPSA match that has steel, if you ever catch a frag that hits your lens, don't worry about it. You just contact us at Hunters HD Gold and we're going to take care of that lens for you. If you need a prescription, guess what? We've been doing prescriptions now for over 44 years. The prescription is the easiest part. What I mean by that is we're so confident in our prescription process, we actually make the prescriptions up front and you get to demo the prescriptions even before you pay for the product. So we're going to make sure the prescription comes out perfect and you're completely happy with that process. Now when I travel to matches, I do demo days as well. So getting into the shooting sports has been very beneficial for that, because when you roll out a brand new product that has a very high MSRP, you want to make sure that people can go, well, what is this all about? So all the matches I traveled to, I started doing demo days. So you actually come see me at the Hunters HD Gold tent, pick out a pair of shooting glasses and go shoot the match with them. If you want to shoot the entire weekend or just one day or just a couple of hours, that way you can tell me what you like about the lens and we can move through that process. More importantly, you can tell me what you don't like about the lens, because that helps me generate the second and third generations of the future of what to do with Hunters HD Gold. I listen to shooters like yourself, which is the reason why we just came out with Hunters HD Ruby. Hunters HD Ruby we just came out with for shotgunners. The biggest difference here is this lens is designed for staring at the sky all day. It's not polarized, but it definitely brings out a huge difference to light up the clays in the skies for shooting sporting clays, and the lens changes as well. It goes from a light ruby color to a royal ruby color as the sun comes out. So one pair of glasses to wear all day when you're shooting shotgun. When I first started testing this lens and trying to get the right product, it was back in 2018 when I was at Aguila Cup in Texas. And everybody loved the Hunters HD Gold lens, but they were like, hey, if you could do something in red or something in purple, this is kind of what the shotgunners are using. So that really stuck with me. And then based on going to study the UV spectrum and trying to get everything right for that, I pretty much have a lens here that does the exact same thing to give you both the light rose color all the way to the purple color that you used to, but we call it Hunters HD Ruby for the light ruby color to change it into the dark ruby color. The shooting sports as a whole is the biggest reason why I do this every day. There's a lot of great organizations out there that get to go to DC, they get to go talk to the representatives and make things happen for our Second Amendment. I don't get that opportunity based on doing matches. But what I do get to do is to talk to shooters every day and every weekend about the Second Amendment and the shooting sports and grow the shooting sports. Because the more people are educated about how guns are being used behind the scenes for fun and entertainment and in a shooting competition with people every weekend, this is another way to make people aware that guns are used for very good things along as your self-protection as well. So this is a great way to promote the shooting sports, because a lot of kids come into the shooting sports all the time And the big thing is, you know, we see kids come in and then all of a sudden they get older, they start going to college and they're gone for a while. Well, guess what? Some of those kids come back as adults and they stay in the shooting sports. But here's my goal. If the kids that come into the shooting sports never come back and shoot another gun when they get older, they're always going to remember when they go to the polls to vote for who they're going to vote for every election, and they're going to know about the gun laws, and they're going to know about how to vote with the gun laws based on their own personal experience with firearms as a kid when they used them. So I look at it as changing lives and changing minds every day about the Second Amendment through the shooting sports. So if it wasn't for the shooting sports, the United States Practical Shooting Association, and also the Steel Challenge Shooting Association, there's no way I'd be where I was today because of y'all. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for stopping by the Hunters HD Gold tent to learn a little bit more about what I do. And until next time, we'll see you at the range.